Here's the twist nobody expect. Secure is not boring. Secure is magnetic as hell, baby, because secure people do something the anxious can't and the avoidant won't. They love with confidence. They flirt with stability. They communicate with clarity. And ethical masculinity? It's basically the secure attachment with a sexy gym membership, baby. Welcome back, fire starters. I'm Mike, your dating and relationship coach. This is Plant the Spark, baby, where we turn psychology into power, attachment theory into confidence, and mental chaos into attraction, baby. Come on. Now, what is the secure attachment? I mean, we don't hear about this very often. Every video on the internet's talking about the anxious people. You got the avoidant people, and they're interesting. Don't get me wrong. I'm an avoidant. I've got the avoidant attachment style. I'm working on it. And it's interesting. But man, I would really love to get to that secure attachment style a little bit faster. You know what's helped me? Ethical masculinity. So, what is this actual attachment style? Secure individuals, they can regulate their emotions, right? They're in 5 o'clock traffic, downtown Atlanta, right? They're not flipping the bird at everybody that passes them. They ain't cutting people off. They ain't freaking out, right? They're not panicking. They're chilling. These people are able to communicate directly. And sometimes it can come across as blunt, right? But that's okay. Bluntness is not wrong as long as it's softened with a little bit of emotional clarity, understanding, and warmth. They give a reassurance without fear, right? They don't need to get something back. They set boundaries without guilt. Now, this is a big one, right? Because a lot of people feel like if they're setting boundaries, it's hurting the other person, their partner, or maybe their crush or something like that, right? It's not. We need boundaries, and you shouldn't feel guilty for your needs. All right. Look, they pursue connection without anxiety. And I mean, studies show securely attached people actually have lower levels of cortisol. And cortisol is that stress hormone that's released when we're in stressful situations. The anxious people get it when they fear loss. The avoidants get that cortisol increase when they feel suffocated. The secure people, they just don't really feel they don't really feel suffocated, and they don't feel like there's going to be some kind of loss because they have really strong prefrontal regulation, right? Prefrontal cortex regulation, which leads to higher relational satisfaction because they are able to regulate those thoughts, right? They have good executive functioning and decision making abilities. They're able to regulate those emotions that are flying out of the limbic system. They have better conflict outcomes. I mean, let's be honest. Secure, it just equals a balanced nervous system. Now, why is secure sexy, baby? Look, secure people, they radiate something rare emotional availability without fear. They don't need you, they choose you consistently. And that's the real aphrodisiac. And you can understand why avoidants don't trust it. It is a rare quality to have, my guys. But it's what we're all looking to get to at Plant the Spark, baby. And how are we going to do this? We are going to use ethical masculinity to create engineered security, baby. Look, EM, ethical masculinity, is a concept that is literally the blueprint for the secure attachment. And if you were raised with parents who were dismissive, or they gave inconsistent love, or they always had this transactional sort of value attached to their love, you can change your attachment style. You do not have to live in those same patterns. Autonomy, right? Autonomy, self sourced identity. Secure people don't merge identities with their partner. They share their lives. They don't absorb anybody. And this is the avoidance greatest fear, being absorbed and losing their individuality. We preach individuality. We want men who are out there living their best lives, pursuing their purpose, hitting the gym, hanging with the fellas, and then treating their lady like she's the most important person on the earth because she is. We want competence here with ethical masculinity, right? Emotional regulation. Look, secure people handle conflict like adults. That's it. And that's what ethical masculinity is going to teach you, how to be an adult lover, baby. The third point is relatedness, warm, stable connection, right? Well, secure people show up. They show up. They are there. They are consistent. They are present. They are honest. They are grounded because they are secure in themselves. They have that inner strength, right? That we are building here at Plant the Spark Boys. Men, let's get it together and use this ACR method. How are we going to do that? How are we going to become secure using the ACR? Well, number one, baby, you practice emotional delays. Don't text immediately. Don't fight back immediately. If you're in an argument, give it some seconds. Maybe give yourself some space for a few seconds and then come back. Communicate your needs directly. Tell people what you need, what you want. And if they can't give it to you, then maybe it's time to move into a relationship that does. Create a mission first life. Now, this is the backbone of ethical masculinity. Validate without obligating. That's a big one. No obligations, just validation, just love, just warmth. Keep boundaries firm, but kind. Pursue without chasing. I mean, dude, ethical masculinity and this secure attachment, it's basically the same thing, right? It seems like it. This ACR method is going to change your lives, guys. It's going to help you to regulate before responding, right? I mean, security is a skill. Security is a skill. It's not a personality trait, and you can build these skills. That is the beauty of the brain. It is highly flexible and adaptable. Look, what does it look like in a secure sort of attachment style? What does it look like in the dating patterns, right? Well, they show interest early, right? If they like a young woman, they like a young man, they tell them, right? They get, yeah, maybe they give it 2 or 3 days, but if they add some real attraction, they ask them out. And then, maybe they get on that date, maybe things are going well. I don't know. They text consistently. They're not playing games, right? And I teach you that you should always give a little space and time before you text. And I believe that, right? It's not because you're playing a game, it's because you want to think about your response. You want to give some emotional regulation, warmth, clarity, directness, right? Bring clarity, not confusion. That's the whole point. They don't punish with silence. I mean, you make them mad, they're going to work it out with you. They're going to talk to you about it. They don't manipulate, right? They handle conflict softly. They choose people who choose them. Security creates longevity. Security creates longevity. And this is why the secure attachment, these people usually have long, healthy relationships, successful marriages, which is all something that we are hoping to move towards. Maybe not marriage, right? But we are hoping to have that healthy, secure bond with another human being. We can show our love to them, right? That is what we want here on Plant the Spark. And that is what ethical masculinity is teaching. All right, fire starters. If this episode hit hard, if it hit home, or if you just learned something new, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and comment, I choose security. You're beginning the most dangerous, desirable version of you. And ethical masculinity is going to take you there. I'm Mike, your dating and relationship coach. Stay grounded, stay magnetic, and stay sexy.